going on, everybody? Today I'm going to install a 12 volt accessory plug on the KLX. I have one on the DRZ already. It's just your standard plug there. Then of course I take one of these that you can grab just about any store that you in the checkout aisle. Little USB port. Plug that in there for charging the phone up while I'm riding. Now you can buy just these with a wire on them and mount them on your bike, but I prefer this in case you gotta, use a tire pump or something like that. You have it. Now this one is a Tusk brand. This is $11.99. Of course, it comes with the rubber cap there. Then it comes with this clamp. This little piece of rubber is on here so it doesn't slide in your bars. And of course it clamps on like that. Now these little screws, Phillips are what holds the clamp on. Now this clamp though, the only bad thing about this clamp is it will only work on 7/8 inch bars. They don't give you one for a fat bar. And you can also, this collar comes loose and you can pull this out. If you would already have a dash on your bike or somewhere else you wanted to mount this, another area, you can take it out of there, clamp, and use another one or build your own or whatever you want to do. I'm just using theirs and I'm going to mount it right up against my brake handle here. I'll show you here when I get it on. I have the bike torn apart already here. Okay, there, as you can see, I have the radiator shroud cover off, seat off, and I have the side cover off to access the battery. And where I'm going to do is I'm going to mount it right here. I'm going to have to take this brake off so that I can get the Phillips screws in on the back side of the 12 volt plug. So I'm going to pop this off, get that on, and then get my wires routed down through here. I'll show you, I have one on the DRZ already. Right there it is, mounted up by the brake, and of course the wires routed down into the battery. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuck on and go from there. Okay, I got to get this off. Get that somewhat out of the way. Hopefully that'll work. Didn't show you here. This is the wiring harness. This may be too short to get to the KLX battery. It comes with an inline fuse in it right there. Then of course it already has your battery attachment loops there, but I may have to lengthen this out to see. I'm going to be in the way a little bit. Probably should pop the handguard off too. I'll do that. So we have a little better access. Tighten the screws up. No matter what you do, there's always some bullshit in your way that wants to make putting something on your bike difficult, and it makes me start swearing. Alright, got them all started. I just got to get it, slide it down now so I can get my brake perch back in here. Make sure I have room before I tighten it up. I'm going to turn this just down a little bit so that it's not sticking up in the air when I'm trying to ride. Should be okay right there. Telephone. Alright, now I'm gonna route this wire down around here. The only thing that sucks is when you're trying to route this wire, you have this big damn fuse box here to deal with. I mean, you could pop the lid off and take the fuse out and make it a little bit smaller, but it still sucks. You might want to tape those two ends together so you don't have as much trouble. There's a metal loop up there, that's what I was trying to get it fed through. Like I said, I'm not sure on this KLX. I may have to, I'm gonna put a zip tie on here. I may have to add some wire to this. I'll cut it off later. Just gonna, now I'm not going through, there's a loop here on the bike. I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to, I don't even think it would fit through there with that little fuse box on it. So I'm just going to try to keep zip tying it to this existing wire loom here, if I can. Come on. There you go. Now I'm going to try to cross it over here, but I think this is where I'm going to come up short and probably have to add, I think even on the DRZ I had to add extensions on the wires. I mean, ideally, you want that fuse accessible. I mean, mine is kind of right here. I could get to it right here behind the gas tank. If I can get a little more, yeah, now I can definitely get to it. Right here behind the gas tank if I blow a fuse. But think we're going to be short ever so slightly getting to the battery. Now you probably could take your tank off and run that wire under the tank kind of over to this side. It may give you just enough to get to the battery, but I still don't even think that would be enough. Yeah, I mean, I'll show you, I'm probably 8 inches shy of getting to the battery. So I'm just going to get it through here, get the wires cut, and add some red and black wires on. Then I'll get it moved over here and bolted up. Okay, here we are. This was the end of the original wires. You can see there's the distance from the battery. So I cut the loops off and just spliced in a red and a black piece of wire that I had, and come over, and I had to put 2 new loops on to go under the bolts on the battery. So we're good to go. There it is, and you can see there it's might be tough to see the little red lights on, and might not be able to see it, but the cell phone is charging. So we do have power, and we are good to go for charging or anything else we need to do. Remember to like, share, subscribe, get on your bike, get outside.